Hello, this is Jordan for English 200 Week 3. So, what are examples of self made men or women in contemporary society? So, when I thought of this question, I thought about Jackie Robinson. I'm a huge sports guy, and I think about the civil rights movement because without it, people of color wouldn't be able to do the things that they can do, we can do, and we wouldn't be able to play sports. Martin Luther King was the main person involved with the movement, but Jackie also helped out, was a big contributor, and he helped in the athletic world. He was the first African American athlete to play Major League Baseball, and this was significant because there's a lot of racism going on at the time. But he continued to be himself and not fight back, even when it was almost unbearable. He helped prove to people of color that it's possible to play major league sports and that people will eventually start to like you as long as you're doing well. It's also interesting to see star athletes now because there are many of them who were once homeless at a time. Um, and they worked hard to get to where they are at now, which are millionaires because that's how much people pay to see them play. Um, so, what specifically do we value in these people? So, I would say that the one thing that we value in them is the hard work aspect. Because I mean, to where they, most people want to get to where these people are at, which are like, I mean, rich, millionaires, happy. Um, yeah, and we want to get to that point where we are happy too, and we love to do what we do based on the work we put in. And then the luck factor. There's always a luck factor where are discovered, but I think that it's not luck because they're putting in the work to be great. And as long as you work hard, someone will eventually find you. Um, yeah, I mean, you can get lucky, but I mean, I think it's better to just work hard and do what you can and make yourself happy that way. Do Americans in general view luck as a shortcut to success? I think Americans view luck as a shortcut to success because if you are lucky enough to come into a lot of money, then you're successful. But the one thing is that they don't know a lot about hard work, and I think that's a downfall because eventually, when they run out of money, they won't know how to support themselves, and I mean, they'll eventually go crazy. Um, I mean, it's a nice and easy path, but you don't get the same concept of hard work and what people have done to get to where they are at. And I think that's the main thing. I mean, hard work, like that's just the main value. Um, we can't. No one gets rich by doing nothing. I mean, maybe you can win the lottery, but the chances of that are so low. And if you work hard, you put in the time and the effort. I mean, I think that's being rich and successful. That you're happy enough to where you can live the life you want to live. I mean, you might not be the richest person, but you're able to support yourself and be happy with what you got. I think that's the best. And then for the second question from the story, so the phrase "rags to riches" does describe the self-made man and woman or woman. Um, but that also comes with the fact that they put in the work they needed to become rich. Like I said before, athletes a lot of them were homeless and basically started from nothing, and their parents had to put in the work. They had to put in the work, to get them noticed and get to where they are at now. And from the story, I think that Dick is in the right direction for becoming rich because he works hard and doesn't complain about anything. I think he's aiming to be rich, but he's also aiming to be genuinely happy with himself based on the way he was raised. I think he has good values, and that keeps him happy because he is able to be a good person while working hard to become rich and successful. So, yeah, that's my week 3 video. See you guys next week.